Hey everybody, welcome to the Elder of Rock, another great edition here with Rick Renstrom.
Yo, what's up, Steve?
Hey,
Hey, there I am. What's up, Steve?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. Same old stuff. Doing YouTube videos, I know, like you are too, and doing the live stream. Well, you're doing the live stream. I'm not doing any live streaming yet, but maybe soon, maybe one day. We'll do that. Yeah. So, and anything else has been happening?
Yeah, the journey continues, man. Yeah, live streaming, posting videos, cranking them out, and yeah, we'll see. Just waiting to see what happens. I do have the album coming out soon, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
about
a month away, but yeah, we're getting there. But yeah, still having fun doing it, man. It's all good.
That'll be cool. That'll be very cool. So anyway, so today I thought, like last time Rick and I, we talked about Yngwie.
Top 5 Yngwie songs.
Songs. Yeah, that's right. It was songs.
80s
right.
songs, mind you. 80s songs.
80s songs. Yeah. So we thought we'd do another band that we really like, kind of guitar oriented, fronted by, well, I guess sort of fronted by a guitar player. It's his namesake anyway. It's Chastain, guitar player from Cincinnati, I believe. I don't know if he's originally from there, but that's how I know it. When he was in Cincinnati, got fortunate enough to see them quite a few times. Chastain a couple times with a band he had called CJSS, and then with Chastain with Leather. And Ken Mary I never saw because he was never in the band in Cincinnati, but it was Les Sharp who was in CJSS. We'll do some Chastain, top 10 Chastain 80s songs. And of course, Chastain does have a lot of albums he's put out as Chastain. We're going to concentrate on the 80s for one thing. These albums had a classic lineup with Leather Leone, or Leone, I think is I've heard her say it. And so these had her on it. But he did continue Chastain through the 90s with the vocalist Kate French, and that stuff is very good as well. But we're going to concentrate on the 80s stuff. We got our top 10 songs we're going to do. So you want to go first?
Sure, yeah. So I'll do my 10. Okay. I'll do my 10, 9, 8. So right. Starting off with number 10, "Ruler of the Wasteland." That was the first album that they released, and of course the title track of the record, and it comes out with a bang. This tune just rocks. Got a killer solo. Yeah, there you go. And I remember this is probably the first album I heard. Being from Ohio, like you, Chastain was a big name that we heard of, and he was not too far from, I was in Akron, so Cincinnati is about 3.5 hour drive. But yeah, and this was the album that I think, it was on Shrapnel Records too, because we were all buying the Shrapnel Records and stuff.
Yep.
And bought everything, and then this one, we're like, well, this guy lives in Cincinnati, and then we were all loving it. And I remember this, I saw an article, I think it was in Guitar World, but yeah, the title of the article was David Chastain, the American Yngwie. And I was like, whoa, which is totally the worst headline title for because he's not. He's nothing like Yngwie. He's David Chastain, and that's it. He had his own style. But yeah, "Ruler of the Wasteland" just came in crushing off that record. So for number 9, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that whenever I saw Chastain, a couple times, I know never was, a couple times I saw him. That's what he opened up with, was "Ruler of the Wasteland," and it was just killer.
It's one of those tunes. Yeah, it just kicks you in the face pretty much. Just right off.
And I think I saw some recent footage of Leather doing that at one of her shows she's done recently with her solo band. I think I saw, and it was great. He still sounded great, and of course, Vinnie Tex, who she has on guitar, sounded good.
Her band's good, really good. So I'd like to hear that. So I'll have to. There's got to be some videos out there somewhere of that.
Oh yeah. There's a video. I think it goes on YouTube or something. Yeah. So
nice. Yeah. So that was "Ruler of the Wasteland" number 10. Even though it's probably even higher up, but this was a tough list to make, honestly.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was.
But so I was like, I had to make some sacrifices. But they're all good. They're all good.
Yes.
But anyway, so we got that's number 10. Number 9, I believe it's off the same record. We Shall Overcome. Mystery of Illusion.
Yeah, Mystery of Illusion. It's off
Mystery of Illusion. Okay. All right, my brain is not working. Need more Mountain Dew. But yeah. So We Shall Overcome. Yeah, Mystery of Illusion.
Very
that
cool.
Tune. Yeah, that tune. It's got the way Leather sings the chorus of that. It's just so pounding, so good. But yeah, one of my favorites for sure, and easily one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best songs of Chastain's ever written for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely great. Yeah, I like that one too. Very good.
Oh yeah, and then let's see, so it's 10, 9, 8. Number 8, we're gonna go with Chains of Love. That's like I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, hearing this one, and it was like it's not like the commercial song or anything, but it had that chorus that was just super catchy, and of course, Leather just lights it up with the voice on that one.
When Touch of Evil came out by Judas Priest,
yeah,
that reminded me of Chains of Love. I was like, did they,
a little bit, yeah, it's a good one.
It's like da 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 da,
yeah,
that kind of pausing and kind of the same kind of maybe somebody could do a mashup or something of those two. I don't know. But yeah.
All right, there you go.
But when I heard Touch of Evil, I was like, that sounds like Chains of Love. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's the bottom 3 so far for me.
Right on. Number 10, I should say, is going to be off of this album, and it is called No Night of the Gods. I love this album. I love the production on this album. It was a lot different than some of the other ones, and this reminded me of a kind of a song that could have been on like Black Sabbath's Mob Rules or something like that. It just very kind of slow, kind of doomy, kind of different from what Chastain normally did. So that's that one. And then my next one, this is off Ruler of the Wasteland, but this is the second song, One Day to Live.
Off
of that album. I mean, and Rule of the Wasteland comes out, and that's a banger, of course. But then One Day to Live comes on, and it's just more. It's just like, it's just, that's really cool, really nice, really awesome. Okay. Then off of Mystery of Illusion again is one called Endlessly. Album. Ballady. This is on the last time we talked, I talked about an Yngwie song and a girl, and this is another one that this time was I remember putting on a slow tape or whatever for a mixtape for a girl.
Had to put that on the mixtape. Yeah.
So there's my 10, 9, and 8. Right.
All right. So number 7. I think this is off Ruler of the Wasteland, I believe. Second side, I Fear No Evil. Or Fear No Evil.
That's Mystery again.
God dang it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, the side, you have it right though. It opens up side 2.
It's on side 2. Okay.
Yeah, It does open up side 2. I Fear No Evil. Yeah.
I'm old, man. My memory's bad. I knew a side 2.
Hey, you don't have to tell me, man.
I had it close, but man, this song right here, that again, the choruses that Chastain wrote and Leather sang, so it hit so hard, man, so hard. And man, dude, this one is a killer classic. And actually, Susie, the lady that sang on our Wicked or Restless cover, she did a cover of this one as well. Where I found, I was like, I heard her singing this one. I was like, I gotta find this person. So yeah, and that was a good one. So she killed that one, and yeah, for sure, there's Restless history for us to get her on the Wicked or Restless song. But but that
yes,
just Leather's voice is just so piercing on this song. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna talk about Leather the whole thing. It's probably gonna be more of a top 10 Leather
Might
songs.
Be more Leather songs too. But yeah, well, definitely. And also, I mean, like, when I first heard this record, and of course, there's no pictures of anybody on this. I didn't know Leather was a female. I thought it was a guy, and because I never heard a woman sing like that.
Yeah.
Other than Wendy O. Williams, but like I said, there's no picture on here, so I didn't sing that rough kind of voice,
very Dio-ish, like they had this Dio quality to it. Like, Wow.
There was a guy named Leather, and then you find out, no, it's a woman.
Then we found out. Then we knew. Yeah,
so, and
yeah,
it was that was all right with me. That's cool, man. Woman can sing
yeah.
like that. That's all right with me.
Made it even better. Made it even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing though. But yeah, it's a great song there. I Fear No Evil, classic.
Yeah.
So let's see. Number 6. Too Late for Yesterday is another banger of a jam right there. Again, another fantastic chorus. I think that's off of 7th.
7th, okay.
Yeah, so 7th and Never.
You're right. 7th and Never.
Yeah.
And there's my autograph of David Chastain.
Oh wow, nice. That's what's up right there.
I was able to meet him, and it says Within the Heat, so you can know what album he was kind of trying to promote there. But his solo album, which was very good, solo album.
Oh yeah, so this song yet again, it's just this chorus is amazing. And the whole song is just got a great groove to it, and that chorus just hits you in the face. And it's a great message too, you know, as far as the lyrics are concerned.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, that's the thing. The lyrics, I always liked the lyrics. I mean, I know he wrote them, and Leather wrote them too. And the lyrics were always really good with Chastain. They weren't really ever got too cheesy or anything, you know.
No, never. There's always had some message or a meaning to it. I think every song they ever did had some sort of message or meaning, and it wasn't like, you know, the typical stuff back in those days of dragons and wizards and, you know, stuff like that, maybe here and there, but otherwise it always had something. It's almost inspirational in my opinion, so which is awesome. So, but I loved
I always wondered, and you know, it almost seemed like it sometimes that he was writing from like maybe a Christian angle or something, you know, some of them somewhat like that with some of the lyrics. You could have maybe interpret them that way. But they're open to interpretation, which is also cool. You know, it doesn't necessarily say that, but you could kind of see that kind of maybe a little bit, a couple of things.
Yeah, you know? For sure. Yeah, just a little bit. You know, you could. Yeah, like I said, it's got two sides to the story there for sure. You know, you could go one way or the other depending on who you are. So yeah, it was really cool how they did all this. Great stuff, man. But let's see. So we got that one. So number 6. It's another heavy duty one, man. Live Hard. This song pumps, man. I remember cranking this one. Here you go. Voice of the Cult. Classic, man. Yeah. This was it's the third song on the first side. I can't.
It is actually the Live Hard's the second song on the first side.
Okay. I got them backwards, but yeah, I remember it was early on in the album, and man, the riff. Now I can probably talk about Chastain a little bit. That riff is just so pummeling, man. Like, wow, he's just killing it, and it's the tone of that. I think that record in itself, the production and the guitar tone, the rhythm guitar tone, lead guitar tone was just crushing, man. It was so good sounding. Even back then, you know, on tape, in the car, in the stereo. It just had the quality that I'm sure he was using Marshalls, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But man, just the tone that he had for the rhythm sound and the lead sound, and then of course Leather just pounding out "Live Hard."
Oh yeah,
just amazing, man.
That was when I saw them and they did that. That was a good live song because it was "Live Hard," you know, the audience "Live Hard," you know, it was like very very good live song.
Definitely a crowd pleaser, and everyone in the crowd could go crazy with that one. But yeah, that was a fantastic song. Always one of my favorites to listen to. And that, that's that was early on in the record, like second song, I think, on the record. So just come in hot, man, for sure.
All right. So number 7, of course, I'm going to say The Wicked Are Restless, and you touched on it. You know, you and I, we were able to collaborate on a nice video remake of that song. With a few different musicians.
We had Susie Scarlett on the vocals, and then Omar El Hassak played the drums, and then my old buddy from Akron, Ohio, Bill Hall, did some little leads on that. So yeah,
awesome. Yeah, and that was a fun little thing we got to do. But of course, the song is the original, of course, is awesome. very like cool, just kind of da 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 da. You know, I just love that the riff. Leather again, of course. The lyrics are great. So there. So yeah. So the Wicked Are Restless, and then also off the same album, it's going to be Paradise.
Yeah.
It's the second song. Yeah, second song on this. And this is one again. Like I said, I was fortunate to see them live. This was a great live song. A lot of these songs I think I like because I saw them play live, and they just came off great. I have great memories of them. And Paradise, I think, sounds like it could have been about like substance abuse or something. You know, got better wake up. It's getting late. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but yeah, like I said, great song. And I love the drumming on it, of course. A lot of these I like the drumming on too. The drumming on this was great opening drum riff with double bass and just great. And
the riff that also that like a descending guitar riff that he does for the intro. Yeah, that's riffing, man.
Yeah, it's just
so
awesome.
Good, man. There's
very good. So then the next one, you already mentioned this one, but it's one of my favorites too. Chains of Love. Yes, very good. Like it's very, so again, saw them play this live, came off great live song. Also, this song was in a movie called Return of the Living Dead 2 or 3. I remember I was watching this, like, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I'm watching this like as a cheesy horror movie. It was one of the sequels to Return of the Living Dead. And yeah, that song came on. I'm like, whoa, Chains of Love in a movie. Wow, that's wild. So yeah, so
I'll have to go back and listen to that. I don't remember that, man. But yeah, I love the Return of the Living Dead movies. If it was that one, I have to go look back and see.
So yeah, so that was in that movie. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. It was like, Return of the Living Dead was the one where they find that canister of stuff. Those two guys, and so the one of the sequels I saw was like they're trying to use the zombies for the army or so, kind of create make them useful for the military or something, military.
Okay, that was probably 2, yeah, because 3 had the girl that got some stuff. Well, she inhaled some of the stuff and turned into one. But yeah, I think it was 2 then. So I'll have to go back and watch that. It'd be pretty cool to hear that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one. Yeah, but anyway, so then the next one I got is off of this one again, and it is an instrumental on here called 827. It's again, this amazed me, the opening riff to that, the opening. And I had a guitar friend of mine. He couldn't believe that either. That opening riff. When he heard that, he was like, I remember trying to figure that out, and because he was like, that is just amazing,
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the few I think maybe the only instrumental Chastain did. He saved them mostly for his solo albums, which were good, obviously. But yeah, so I just thought that was a great, and he did that one live too, and that was amazing to see live as well. So
yeah, that's a crazy song too. Yeah, that riff is the lick he plays, the up and ascending and descending lick, and he didn't play like like I said earlier, like the American Yngwie. He was not the American Yngwie at all. He played a lot of his solos, and the scales he played were like different, like Mixolydian and Lydian and stuff like that. Not your typical Aeolian modes and the classic scales like Yngwie would play. Very almost more jazz oriented in a way. Which is always cool. And I think he was influenced by a lot of like different composers, classical composers along the way, like Bartok or things like that, stuff that not your typical classical composers everyone listens to. So yeah, I think when he did his instrumentals, I always had a different flair to him, which was awesome.
Cool. So my number 3, you mentioned this one also again, but it's cool to mention again. Obviously, as I Fear No Evil off of this one. Again, it's like seeing this live was great. But the thing with this one was that he had like the taped intro of the guitar, you know, because it's the harmony guitars at the beginning. Da, 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 da. That was taped, but then the rest, you know, he came out and did. Yeah, it's great. Great live song, of course. And this one also, should mention, also has Fred Corey on the drums on this album.
Wow.
Who played for Cinderella. Oh, you didn't know that?
I don't remember that, no.
Yeah. Fred Corey on drums. Yeah, he played, you know, went on to play with Cinderella, but he's on this. He's a drummer for this first one, yeah, because he was Cincinnati based or something. And I think maybe shortly after this album, he maybe got the Cinderella gig or something like that. So,
man, that's cool.
That. And then,
who would have thunk it?
Yeah, right. Who would have known, right? That didn't seem like a fit, but I guess, hey, he knows where to go for a gig, I guess, and was talented enough for David to recognize him, I guess. So that was cool. Yeah. Then number 2, I'm gonna go with starts off the second side. There Will Be Justice.
Yeah,
just love this song. Great way to open side 2. I just think it's you know, the drumming on here is great. Again, another live. Like I said, he's probably I'm choosing because I've seen him live. Just was a great live song. I remember they did it as an encore. They came back and did it as an encore after once.
And yet again, Leather just tears that one up, man. She tears that up.
Yeah,
so good, so good.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. I mean, and There Will Be Justice. You know, great lyrics again.
Awesome.
All right, so you go now with your 4, 3, 2.
All right, here we go. So number 4 on my list, Evil for Evil. That one right there, man. Oh yeah, great tune. It's like it's a classic heavy metal song right there. I think.
Yeah.
You know, just like double bass ripping, pummeling guitars.
It's unbelievable. I mean, that double bass work in there is, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the great double bass performances on record. Probably. I mean,
I just love that. Yeah, the lyrics on that is so cool as well. And then the chorus, Leather kills it. The guitar solos ripping. The whole thing is just like a pummeling, like a freight train coming at you type of song. So good, man. Yeah, it's one of my. Easily was in my. It was an easy pick for my top 10. Yeah, for that one. All right, so that's number 4. So number 3, title track, 7th of Never. Freaking, I love that song right there. That's a fantastic song.
Of Never again. Yep.
You cannot go wrong with that song right there. I mean, just unbelievable. I love how the chorus kind of breaks down from the song itself, and
I always like the way that started out. That you know.
Yeah, and then right into it. That's Chastain's ripping solo. Tone on that is there's another that album as well. It's had a sick production, so slick, and just crushing production, and everything about it. It's like probably one of the top albums, like right there. You know, it was like right in the cut of everything. You know, it was like they had the production perfected by then. You know, it was a little later on in the 80s. And the songwriting was just top notch, man. So yeah, for sure.
I think he produced. I think except for the first album, I think David produced all these. Seventh and Ever produced by David Chastain. I think only the first album it was produced by Peter Marino. Again, was that the guy?
Okay, that's he. I think he worked for Shrapnel.
Was he the singer on Cacophony? Wasn't he the singer on Cacophony? Peter Marino.
I know the last name of that guy's name's Marino, but I don't know if his name was Peter.
I have to check. No, to double check.
But I've seen that name on other Shrapnel records. He's like either an engineer or something like that. So yeah, it's very well. Okay. He could have been into that, so which is cool. But yeah, I think Chastain took the reins of production, and every album after just kept getting better and better and better. He just kept learning more stuff and honing his production skills. But killed it, man, killed it. All right, and then number 2 is The Wicked Are Restless on my list. A little higher up. But yeah, this song, I don't know, it was always it just said something to me, I don't know, the way that real grooving beat, how the riff goes with the beat and everything. It was just like,
Yeah,
it just had like that groove to it. And the piano, I love the piano at the beginning, the
piano intro,
and the solo, the guitar solo on top of it was so cool. And then and the chorus, of course, is just like one of those another crowd pleaser choruses. Everyone in the crowd could sing this. And when I saw them back I think I saw them like in probably '88 at Bogart's, and they did this
Oh,
one.
wow, okay.
Yeah, it was their '88 or '89. It was a long time ago.
Might have been there too.
I can't remember, of course, because I was probably 17 or 18, and I didn't even drive. Someone else drove. So, but we all wanted to see Chastain at least once in our lives, so we made the trek. But yeah, they played this toward the end of the set, and it was one of my favorites always. So, just a classic song. And I don't know what it's actually about, but it's one of those things. Like, could be like we were saying earlier. It could be kind of a Bible based in one direction, but it could also be something else, more realistic type of world type of thing. Something that was happening in the world at the time that they were writing about. So pretty wild, but yeah, just a classic song. That's probably the reason why I picked it to do the collaboration with everyone, because I thought it would be something cool that not everyone got to hear. So
I've always liked the chorus to that. I thought like if like maybe if it could have been pushed differently, it could have been a hit maybe or something. If it had been pushed the right way. Because a very catchy chorus.
Oh yeah.
It's not too different from a lot of stuff that was being played metal wise on the radio commercial. It was around that time. So I always thought that could have been like a hit for them, but I guess it never was. Of course, they never did videos really. I think first time they ever did a video was for Those Who Dare, and that was in
absolutely. I've never seen any like MTV style video for any of these songs, any type of thing. Just live, as scouring YouTube, I've seen old school live videos and stuff.
Yeah,
never like but so that was in that back in that day, of course, if you didn't have a video, you probably weren't going anywhere. So
yeah, that's always kind of a shame. Is like nowadays, people record everything because it's fairly easy to, a band can do that and put out it always bummed me that we never got able to get any kind of like live video or album for Chastain, because I just never wasn't. It would have been nice because I just see like kind of not great quality videos. I mean, best they could do having from a camera in the '80s at the time, but it's just not up to what we're used to now.
So. I think the only thing that he ever did a video of was his like guitar instructional. He does have a guitar instructional.
True. Yeah, that's right. He did do that,
which is quality instructional. But as far as like for the band itself, I was always hoping there'd be some sort of like they'd put out like like a DVD or something, like all these classic songs from classic concerts or anything. But it doesn't seem like they were capitalized on it. And nowadays was probably a good time to do that, with the way digital media is going. You can get it anywhere. But it would have been nice. But so far we have YouTube, all the bootlegs from YouTube, basically.
Stuff. And then and then Leather with her solo band does some stuff, and it's good, but it's not Chastain, But it's good, and it's very good, of course. So was that your number two?
That was it. That was my number two. So we on to number one now.
All right. So number
Big
one
time.
for me. You talked about this one. It's my number one for me is Evil for Evil. Again, we talked about a pummeling bass. Lyrics are always interesting because I always wonder what it's about, because it's like I go across the desert sands and it says evil for evil, Allah I call to you. It always was interesting lyrics for me. And this was one I don't think I ever saw them play live. I don't know if I don't remember ever seeing them do this live. I don't know if it's because of might be because of the bass drums, or I don't know. But so that was my number one there. Evil for Evil. I just, like we said before, we said it all already. Great pummeling bass, guitar, leather, great chorus.
Yeah, it was great. It's a masterpiece song. It's one of those masterpieces. Like a lot of these albums, I think were masterpieces. The whole album, really, the whole album from front to back were great.
Yeah,
and that was
that's no, that was a thing with choosing these songs. It's like you look at the album, it's like, well, I could choose like 7 off of this album alone, I mean,
yeah, exactly. It was that's why I said, I was like, well, I got like 13 of them here. What am I gonna do? So yeah, it was a tough choice. I was listening to everything again the other day and going, well, yeah, no, I could do this one, but then I could do this one too. So yeah, it took me a good hour to like figure out exactly what I was gonna put on here. But I think so far, yeah, these are some. If you've never heard Chastain before, and you want to check them out, every single song here is perfect for a Chastain noob, if you want to say that. But
and that's one reason why I like to do this, is to turn people on to music maybe they haven't heard before. If they're looking around and they never and they like this type of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I guess it's my turn. Number one. So
number one.
This one this always brings good memories to me, because when we ever drove, like, to Rob's practice, or just driving around or whatever, Voice of the Cult. This is the one I wanted to hear every time, man. Every time. Put Voice of the Cult on, man.
The Cult, yeah. Well, hell yeah.
I mean, definitely. This tune, I had some videos somewhere of us driving around and this came on. I don't know where that is. Remember the videotape days, just taking a video camera.
Yeah. Well, what was that in?
This was probably like.
Were we in
a? This was probably Wicked Waves area, actually.
That wasn't New Jersey, was it?
No. This was. I think we were driving around and just in Orlando.
Were we driving to the studio to
maybe a studio? It's been a while. I have the video somewhere.
Yeah, but I can't remember seeing that. Like, oh yeah, Voice of the Cult's on. Yeah,
because we would, and I'd be like, it'd just be me and you. You were driving, and I'd be passengering, and I was like, you're like, what do you want to listen to? Like, Voice of the Cult, man, put it in. Let's go, Voice of the Cult. And but yeah, this song is so. I just love this song, even before all that time, and when I had the album back as a kid, this was the tune, man. Like, it started off with that great intro, the great guitar riff, that real kind of a ascending open string riff going on, and then when it kicks in, it's just like this. It's not double bass or anything, but it's real fast paced, kind of shuffle beat going on, and Leather just crushing those verses, and then the chorus itself. It's like it's a message to somebody out there. We're the voice of the cult.
Yeah, it's like, could it be like for the metalheads, because we were like, we were kind of like the cults, and or whatever it was. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah.
And we will do all to survive.
We will do all to survive. Yeah.
It was just like, man, these lyrics just hit you, man. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah, they did. They were like, you just felt like you were like fighting against something, or they were on your side, or whatever, whatever.
Absolutely. Was. And then this was like the song you could bang your head to it. No matter where you were, you heard this song, you start banging your head to this song, because it was just so good. You just bobbing around. It's like, man, what a tune. But yeah, for me, that's always been my number one favorite of all time, for sure.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Voice of the Cult. Now, is that the tour? Was that when you saw them? Was that for that album, support of that album?
I think so. Yeah, it was around 88, 89.
Yeah, that probably was. I think maybe around that time. I think. Yeah, I know when I started seeing them. It was probably for Seventh and Never, and then I saw them a couple times. Voice of the Cult as well. But that was a show. I mean, that was the opener on when I saw them. They opened with Voice of the Cult, and
wow,
great opener, and we are, again, just like one of those songs that makes you put your fist up and sing the chorus. And they had a lot of good ones like that,
Yeah, they wrote a lot of like anthems, if you want to call them, like just anthems, and obviously they're following. Chastain's following know these songs, and you get a bunch of people that love Chastain together. You're gonna know these choruses, and then when they tell you to sing it, you know what to sing. Yeah, I remember when we went, it was just like, yeah, the whole crowd was every song they had like an anthem chorus like that. We were just belting it out. It was so good. It was great, and I wish I had more memory of it or video of it or audio tape of it or something. But yeah, I was definitely in my teen. I was still a teenager, probably 17 or 18. I know that for sure. But yeah, unfortunately, we lived in Akron, like I said, which was probably a good 3.5, maybe 4 hours away, I think.
I was more fortunate. I lived a little close. I lived only like an hour and a half or something like that from Cincinnati, so it wasn't too terrible a drive.
Yeah, I mean, for us, like going to Cleveland was easy. It was like 45 minutes to an hour, and we could see all kinds of bands up there in Cleveland. And some bands came to Akron, like because there was a place called the Akron Agora, which was probably 2,000 or 3,000. It could hold about 2,000 or 3,000 people, but that Chastain never came up to see us. So
yeah, that's weird because Chastain, he didn't tour, but I know I thought he toured that general area, the tri-state area there, Kentucky and Indiana and stuff. Because he would come down to Dayton where I was. I got to see him a couple times there as well. With Chastain.
Never came up to Akron or Cleveland that I know of.
That's weird. I think because you think he would have done that. But,
I would have loved it. He might have played the Cleveland Agora because there was a place called the Cleveland Agora, which is a pretty big place, and I may have not known about it. So it's possible.
Yeah,
as far as I remember, but at least when I knew,
he could have been young too, maybe too young, or because he usually played in clubs or something. So he wasn't you had to be because I remember. Or whenever I saw him, he was like Bogarts or someplace where you had to at least be 18, if not 21. But I think it was 18.
Luckily for me, I had I started going to college at 16, so I got the college ID card, and that was good enough for people. I could.
So you're in college, right? So it's like, he's got to be old enough.
And I had a beard, a good amount of beard hair,
There you go. That
so
helps
it was
too.
So I could, at 16, I could go drive my friends to the remember the drive-through place where you could buy beer and stuff. Would go through the drive-through and they're like, let me see your ID. I'm like, here you go. They're like, good enough for me. Thank you very much. All right, we got beer, guys. Awesome. And then, so if I need to get in a club, I just use the same. They're like, that's fine.
There you go.
So they figured so, and I think the legal age of back then was 18 for drinking beer and stuff like that.
Yeah, for a while in Ohio it was 18, or it was for beer. It was, you get beer at 18 anyway. Yeah.
So I got away with a lot of stuff by having a little bit of facial hair and a college ID card.
It's like, they would question you. I know I wouldn't have. I'd be like, well, exactly. Okay, he's in college.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So was that the only time you ever got to see Chastain? Was that one time?
Just the one time, yeah. Me and about three friends of mine. One guy drove, and we were like, we knew he was playing at Bogarts, and it was like, this is our only chance we'll ever get to see him once at least, So made the trek down there, and it was fantastic. It was a great experience because it was Chastain's crowd, so everyone loved Chastain that was there.
Yeah,
and it was packed.
It was what's wild because I don't have any ticket stubs. I don't know if you have any ticket, but because it was just like you kind of go there and pay and you see Chastain because he was kind of it's weird. It's like one of those weird things where he's like a local guy, but people would come and see him. And because I was like, I don't have any ticket stubs because you would just go there and pay and you wouldn't really get a ticket.
Yeah, no, we didn't buy any tickets in advance or anything like that. It was just we knew he was playing. It was like general admission. It's like a bar. Bogarts was a bar essentially. So we just drove down there and then paid her. I think it wasn't even cheap. It was like $5 or something to get in too, or something.
Yeah, it wasn't ever that much either.
Crazy.
What was cool about that was that, like I said, he was in Cincinnati. It wasn't that far from me, so it's like I could still get to a show even if I had to work or something. I could still get to a show. I maybe missed the opening act, but it's usually some local band anyway.
Yeah,
wasn't anybody major. Usually some local metal act or something like that. So that was a fortunate thing because because the first time I saw him was with this CJSS. It was the World Gone Mad. And what was interesting about that was that he still did Chastain songs and Mike Skimmerhorn sang the Leather stuff, and he actually sounded pretty good.
Wow.
The bass player, like Mike, Mike Skimmerhorn. And the lead singer was Russell Jenkins. But he So he sang that stuff because it was like, you never knew if you're going to see Chastain. We always thought because Leather's in California and she's never going to come here. And then all of a sudden, when they started doing shows at Chastain, it was, it was great. And they were pretty accessible. Like I said, I got to meet them a couple of times, and they were pretty, like one time me and my friends, we went to the backstage door of Bogart's and just said, are they back there? Can we meet them for a second? And some dude at the door said, hold on a second. And came back out and said, okay, yeah, go on in. And
nice.
They were there just chilling and, very nice. I think that's right where I don't know. That's not where I got the autograph because I didn't know I was going to meet him then. I knew though. I took it the other time because I was like, well, maybe I can meet him again. And this was in Dayton, I think, when he was playing at a place called Bourbon Street. And I took the album there and thinking, well, maybe I can meet him again. Maybe they'll remember me and or something. And they did remember me, and so I was like, cool. But yeah, so they're very nice, no egos. Leather was, very nice, and all the guys in the band, Chastain, very nice.
That's cool. Yeah, I never got to meet him or anything like that, other than on Facebook. He followed me back and all that when after the Wicked or Restless came out, and I'm pretty sure that was him that commented on the video, and Leather, of course, commented on the video, which is, I mean, that was, if anything, that was worth it right there, just to get.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was nice. Yeah, when nice.
Get that from them was like, wow,
Yeah.
And, but man, cool stuff. But yeah, we never got to meet him. I think we just drove home, after the show because it was late.
Well, you probably don't think, because we were just like, well, let's just see. My friends and I were, let's just see, and
right,
and we just like, all I can do is say no, and so we just went back there, and yeah, it was surprising. I was like, very surprising, and
that's cool.
Yeah, very, very, very nice, very nice.
They seem super nice. Yeah, I mean, the interactions I've had with him on Facebook and stuff has been amazing. And he's a super nice guy, and I think he lives in Atlanta now.
I think he does for a long time now. Yeah. And of course, he went to produce. I know at least one Firewind album.
Yeah, and he has our old buddy Stian.
Yeah. We were with Rob Rock in Japan and Firewind with Firewind. He was a drummer for Firewind, and that was wild when I saw him.
Yeah,
playing on the Chastain reunion albums, which are good too. Those are really good too. Those reunion.
He is an amazing drummer. He's one of always.
Yeah, the drum work on it's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but those two albums are good. I was gonna say something about those. And they did. And again, though, this is another thing was that they did do a show at Bogart's, I think, like not long after those albums came out, and then somebody I remember seeing on some platform Leather was there, and they asked Leather, did anybody record it? No, we didn't get to record it. And then somebody asked, well, is there a chance of that? And she's like, that might have been the last show for Chastain because he doesn't really like it. So probably not. Which is a bummer. You wish they would do one more, record in a proper just live thing, and then that could be done. But I guess maybe that's not. Doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. But you never know. Things can change.
Yeah, I mean, the way things go nowadays, you never know. We'll see. So, be sweet.
We'll see. And then of course we should mention also, like I said, there are these two. Well, he has them a lot more, but there's these two from the 80s as well, his instrumental albums from there, which were really good. The second one here has David Harbour on bass, who's kind of like a Billy Sheehan type bass player, and really good.
Yeah, Within the Heat is definitely a crushing instrumental record there.
Yeah, I was going to show one thing. Oh, when I was getting these out, I was looking at these. Look how much, can you see how much I paid for that Ruler of the Wasteland album? 25 cents.
Wow. That's a bargain.
I must have got it at a used place or something. I think I vaguely remember where I got this. It might have been a record store or used place that might have been going out of business or something. Because I remember, I picked this up, and it looks like I picked this one up. These up at the same place because they look like I have the tags, but the price is crossed out.
Huh.
So I might have
you never know what you find these days, man. People don't know what they have, and they just
it's wild. Well, that was like a long time ago, but Yeah. So cool. All right. So that'll be it then. The best our top 10 songs of Chastain. Of course, you might have different opinion, and that's cool. Obviously, we like I said, it was hard for us to choose. If you're for some reason upset about it, we are too. We wish we could have get a lot more. But it was an exercise and torture to whittle it down to 10. So,
but yeah, make sure and go down in those comments and put your favorite songs. We want to know for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Comment. And like I said, we also want to turn you on to this stuff because we love it. If you like great metal, guitar playing, vocals, all that good stuff, definitely check this stuff out. Like I said, he has a lot of albums out. We just concentrate on the 80s stuff. But through the 90s, he did a few with the vocalist Kate French, which might be interesting for us to because this stuff we're real familiar with. It might be interesting for us to maybe do maybe we have to do a top 5 of Kate French era or something.
Kate is something else too. I mean,
oh yeah,
she filled the shoes very nicely.
So, and it was wild because I was working at a CD store and somebody brought in Sixth Society, which came out in '95 or something by Chastain. Yep. I was like, what? I didn't even know he did. So it was total. And I'm like, well, who's on Kate French? Okay. And when I heard her, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, so. And then I recently saw that Chastain is re-releasing an old metal band that he was in. I want to say it starts with a Z, and I can't remember, but it's him and this guitar player, Mike Harris.
Okay, yeah.
And he was from Dayton, I think, Dayton based. And they did some kind of metal album, and he's just recently re-released it. And I have to check it out, but it might be really cool. I mean, he said these are metal. This is like metal, and it's him and another guitar player. So it's 2 guitar players, which you would. I think it's 2 guitar players anyway, because Mike Harris played guitar.
I'll have to check
and then then also, then there was also, we should mention that Leather, of course, has reemerged, and she did 2 reunion albums with Chastain, and has 2 solo albums out now, which are very good. It's doesn't sound exactly like Chastain, but it's still heavy, and it's kind of what you'd expect from her, though. Still has very great choruses. The guitar player she has with her, Vinny Tex, is very, very good guitar player.
Oh yeah.
And so you could definitely tell you can handle the Chastain stuff. And
yeah, her latest album is fire. I think.
Yeah, I loved it. Good. I was, the Leather 2 she put out. I thought that was pretty good, but yeah, this one just really is very good. Yeah. And also, I should mention that she did put out a solo album called Shockwaves.
Oh yeah, back in the
80s. Yeah. But that one, it just seemed like I know Chastain produced it. He didn't play anything on it, I don't think, but I think and he wrote a lot of the stuff on it, so it just seemed kind of like these last 2, I think, consider her more like a real solo albums for her.
Yeah,
because those are done kind of the shadow of Chastain, and they're good stuff, but it sounds maybe like another Chastain record, kind of.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so what you got going on coming up? You got the live stream.
Always live fun. Streams. Yeah, Saturday live streams. Keep it rolling. We do have some fun shredding and chatting on that, and then again the Until the Bitter End solo album that I did in 2003 is now remastered. Even have a extended version of The King, which is going to be pretty cool. No one's ever heard that before. That'll be coming out.
I had the pleasure of playing on, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a classic right there. So June 7th, or they'll be released on all digital platforms, and you can start pre-ordering on May the 12th. So
cool. Well, maybe we'll when that gets closer to release date, maybe we can do a show about that album, and you can talk about how it came together and
that's
stuff
cool.
Like that.
I got plenty of stories.
Yeah.
Plenty.
I know. I was there for some of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. So that's it. Thank you very much for tuning into the Elder of Rock. I usually do this little thing here, and my graphic goes up there and whatever. So thanks, Rick, again for joining me on this. We'll do this again.
Absolutely.
We'll do another guitar player, some more songs. We got lots of stuff to talk about, and maybe one day we can also talk about our different tour experiences we've had with Rob Rock, like Bang Your Head and Japan and all that good stuff.
Oh man, great stories there too. Never-ending stories.
We could do some cool episodes, actually. I think of this stuff.
Absolutely,
might be really cool. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. The Elder of Rock. Thanks for tuning in.